waiting. There we go. Okay, everybody, it's 10 o'clock. And we said we'd do a live Ask Me Anything today. So we'll see if anyone shows up. It's hard to communicate with everybody at Real Talk. We're making a couple of changes today. Now, keeping it real, we in some ways we're running out of time with Christmas coming, and so we only had so much time, and also we've had some technical difficulties in terms of equipment, my phone with volume, and also some stand issues. So we're just doing a short little one today, and see if anyone has any questions. Love to talk about it. We've decided to focus on our little Christmas card for the year, Chateau de Grifferaie, which we sent out to all our Patreon friends. You can also see here we have a little Christmas present in the background for somebody. So I'm logged on here on my laptop. If anyone has any questions, you want to talk about the Chateau, feel free to send them my way. If not, I'll watch the comments very closely and try to get everyone. We've got a pretty good setup today. Also, if not, I will go over some of the comments that we've had from previous videos and see if I can find some questions there, because there has certainly been some there. Now, Leslie said I should probably do... Oh, did we get a question? I think we did. The origin of Bess. Oh, I like it. I like it. Okay, great. Here we go. Yes, my question is the origin of Bess as Leslie's nickname. It's adorable. Well, that's nice. Now, some people say, is it relate to cows? No, of course not. Leslie, beautiful lady. What it was when we were dating. We started dating when we were in high school, and we were working at a camp, a Christian camp and a Bible camp. And some of the kids were teasing us when we were just starting to date, and they said Bobby and Bessie kissing in a tree, Kissing kind of thing. And I don't know why, they just thought it was funny that they were both with B, Bobby and Bessie. And so it kind of stuck for me. And I don't think Leslie ever calls me Bobby, but that one stuck, and that's sort of where it came from. Thanks. And Merry Christmas from Tulsa, yay! And Southern California. You know, we're simple folk. We really are from Saskatchewan. So anytime we see things like this, we're like, wow. What a big world. How incredible. Okay, so I'll wait for questions to come in, and if since there's not a ton, I will answer some of the questions on the YouTube videos. A lot of people have said, hey, why don't you create, or will you need to build a fence for the solar panels? I mean, maybe. For one thing, it would be ugly. For second thing, it would be a lot of work and expensive, and honestly, the solar panels are not that expensive. They're about $500 each. No, is that right? They're less than that. They're $300 each. So, we'll see. If we run into trouble, we may do that. But for now, I think we'll just try to go without it. I don't know that the wild boar will want to be involved. If they chew the wires, that would be trouble. That said, they could easily dig under a simple fence or go over. They're pretty capable that way. Okay, let's see what else we got here in terms of questions from previous videos, if I can find some. And again, please feel free to write anything you want, and I will definitely get to it. Okay, let's make this smaller. I'm trying to think if there's any questions we've had recently. Community. Maybe I will say this too. We're gonna make some changes. This is how we're gonna figure it out. We have 2 more videos in the Advent series that we're taking at the Chateau. Tomorrow is a super fun one. Super fun. It's gonna be Story Sunday, and I'm showing a picture of a beautiful book that Leslie made up for me last year, and it chronicles our first 3 years. So we're gonna kind of tell the story and flip through the book. Hope you enjoy it. At the end of tomorrow's video is, I think, the best Christmas carol we've done. It's one that Leslie has sung a few times, to be honest, and it's me playing guitar. It's an Amy Grant song. Beautiful. Hope you'll enjoy it. 23, we start packing up the Chateau and come back, but also there's about 10 minutes at the start of that video where Leslie's looking at the maps and she's deciding what to do with the basement in the future, so that's interesting. On the 24th, we're going to show you, I think what we're going to do is on the 24th, we're going to show you kind of a recap video of the year, and it asks the question, why did we do all this work all year? And then it answers it with some of the videos, and you'll see the Chateau full of life and action, beautiful smiling faces of young people enjoying the Chateau. And you'll also hear a beautiful Christmas carol, and I think between listening to the carol and watching the videos, you'll get a good sense for why we're doing what we're doing and what we're doing. And then on Christmas morning, we'll just do a real quick little greeting here from the beach house. We had thought about doing a live tour of our beach house here in Newport, which is actually a super cool little house. But I think what we're going to do is we'll maybe shoot that and maybe put it up later in January. These Christmas videos, we're getting maybe 3,000 or 4,000 views. So there's some people watching them, but it's a lot more when you do one per week. So that's going to be a really good one. Let's save it for that. Okay, here's some questions coming up. Yay, hi from the Americas in the south of, hi from the Americans in the south of France. Way to go. Shout out USA. Also, yeah, do you think you'd be open to running, so you want to move to France Scouting Week? That would be fun. I think probably if we start, right now, our priority is to do the study abroad program, so we're going to do 2 next year for sure. We're also going to have, I think, 2 work weeks where people come in for a week and just help out and stay at the Chateau. And we have a church coming from Seattle, and then maybe one coming from Lethbridge, Alberta, one in March and one in July. And there's a possibility we'll have some spots for other people to join in as well, friends. So yeah, that's a possibility. If we add something else, we've thought long and hard about doing a marriage building week. A week where, let's say, people could come and bring in a speaker or two to talk about marriage, and it's kind of like a fairy tale. You're in France for a week, and in the evenings, you have dinner with your spouse, and you get to know each other, and you work on the relationship, and then you have some sessions to work on some things. Leslie and I have done that, and it's been amazing. So hopefully we'll do that one of these times. Thank you for the questions. I'm going to get to them. This is really good. And the other one is, we've had a lot of retired folks saying, hey, you should do kind of just like a short term for retired folks, which would be a lot of fun. And someday we may do that. That could almost be a fundraiser for us, to be honest. It's, we have kind of a mission when you're working in a position where it's mostly volunteer. You're doing it because you believe in the mission, not just so much that we want to survive. And so we always ask the question, is something on mission? And supporting marriages, I think, would be on mission for us. Obviously, the training of young people is on mission. But doing something to encourage retired folks would be nice too. So maybe someday. Okay. Did you ever get rid of the processionary caterpillar nest you had in the pines? I warned you to keep Mr. Bingley away. Yeah, he's been fine, and they did go away. I don't know how they went away. I don't know that it was me that made them go away, but they are gone now. Perhaps it was that tree fell. One of the trees fell over there. Maybe it was that one. I'm not sure. But no, there hasn't been a problem for a year, so that's great. Here's a great question. How much do you spend on food when the students are in session? I love it. And hi from Highlands, Utah. Ooh, Utah. So the last couple of years, we've averaged about $9 per student per day. We do calculate that, and to be honest, that includes every morning we send one of our GAs to the bakery to bring back bakery, and that's a little bit expensive. Like, you'll come back with 30 or 40 euros. So for 20 people, that's almost $2 of the dollars is spent on the breakfast pastries. They eat a lot of pastries. So really, you're looking at, previous years, maybe even $7, $8 per person per day for food. Again, Leslie cooks from scratch, so potatoes are not expensive and carrots are not expensive, and it's quite a bit cheaper. Hey, we got a friend here. Hey, Leslie's here. She's here from working.
Guys, I am. I'm in the middle of things, so I thought I'd pop in.
Yeah, it's Christmas,
It's Christmas,
Any word to the folks?
We were just talking about food. I heard you talking about food.
Oh yeah.
That's your breakfast, which is like boulangerie, croissant, and stuff like that, and then
juice is expensive too.
It's like a regular lunch, and then at supper we actually do it in courses. So it's like a salad starter, a main meal, a dessert, bread, French butter, yum, all the good things about France.
Yeah, it really.
Oh, and pause gourmand. So we have a little tea time in the afternoon. So that price actually includes a lot.
4 meals. Again, they mostly bake the pause gourmand. So if you just go buy cookies, that's going to be expensive. But if you're baking it from scratch, it's flour and sugar and.
Not to mention the amount of cereal that they eat.
Oh my goodness.
At 11 p.m. at night.
Yeah, honestly, college students, we're thinking about locking it up at 10 o'clock. Because we tell them that they can always eat cereal or fruit. There's always that, or leftovers.
And yogurt and stuff in the fridge.
Yogurt, and so some of them do. Like, they come in for a 5th meal around 9, 10, 11 p.m. So, but honestly, this year is probably closer to $10, $11. Prices have gone up a bit.
Well, they have.
Yeah, still an excellent deal.
Yeah.
The food tastes great. Hi from Columbus. Oh, hello, Columbus. Good luck today against Tennessee. Sorry, big football guy here, so that's a big deal for me. Let's see. I think we've caught all the questions here. Did you hear that about the idea about doing you
I
want to move
just
to
am reading
France
that.
scouting week?
That's funny.
It's good, but it's not really on mission for us.
Well, it's not.
But it would be fun.
It would be fun.
We have found ourselves, sometimes we'll have friends contact us that are thinking about buying a chateau. We've had probably
lots.
7 or 8 maybe.
We've had lot. Well, and
folks.
they'll DM me on Instagram.
Yeah. And so we're glad to talk. And hey, this is what we've learned. This is the mistakes we made.
Yeah.
You know, it's not really what we're about, but you'd like to help your neighbor, right? And that's been fun too. It's been fun to get to know them.
Agreed. And sometimes they follow up and they actually buy a chateau.
Yeah.
And we've met some of them.
There's 3 or 4 that we need to get out and see because the guys have bought them in our area, and we really.
I'm kind of looking forward to it.
When we're back, I just said when we're back. Whoops. 2 more videos at the chateau. It's hard to do these out of time sequence.
All I know is I have always loved houses, always will. So even though we own one, which I love, going to see other people's, fantastic.
Oh, Leslie would love that.
It's the joy of history, right?
And
the joy of France.
We'll have time, you know, because our next session is May. Is that right? May. So when we're back, we have quite a bit of time actually to, you know, we're gonna start working on some big projects and stuff. Hello from Alberta. Woo!
Aww.
I don't think it. I'm thinking about it as a form of ministry. Yeah, that's right. I'm totally getting it. Yeah, I mean, there's that, right? Yeah, no, that's true. Yeah,
for sure.
You don't want to. Yeah, absolutely. And same thing for the retirement. Like a lot of folks have said, hey, can you do one for seniors? A program for seniors? And you're kind of like, okay, well, I mean, you guys have been alive. Seniors have been. I should say, 54. We've been alive for a long time, so a lot of people have already sort of chosen their belief system, and so you wouldn't want to like surprise people like, oh, by the way, we're Christian, you know, we're gonna sit.
No, we don't.
So we'd have to tell them like up front, like, hey, there's gonna be, you know, I don't know what we do. Probably it'd be nice to do something of content. You don't want to just like.
I don't know.
Who knows?
There's
Maybe
lots
someday.
of awesome ideas of things we can do, but
I know.
most of it's within the constraints of we can't earn money in France, so it always has to be a friends come over and hang out kind of thing. So. And
folks have asked us if we could like take donations in exchange, and there's, I mean, that's probably true. Like if we probably could do that. Like if somebody sent a donation to the nonprofit and then they just came and visited, I'm not sure. Probably that would be okay. I'm not a legal expert, but anyways. Yeah. Okay, this is good. I was going to try to scroll through comments. Let's see. And Leslie, you watch to see if anyone else makes one here. People were saying about the pool fencing to rent a paint sprayer. Yeah, we actually, that's on the plan to buy one. Oh, yeah. Have you ever thought of a marriage retreat? Yeah, we were just talking about that seconds ago.
That was one of the things we thought about literally before we bought the house. I love the idea of marriage building and family building and all of that. Like, so that's always been a part of our life and our ministry. Go ahead.
Sorry. Yeah, it really has been. No, I'm jumping to get in. Because that's my nature, I guess. But not because we think we have the perfect marriage. In fact, we were quite grumpy this morning walking around. Real talk. But marriage is important, and you know, marriage breakups are painful, and so anything you can do to try to help yourself not get to that place is I think good.
It's an important thing to
so
invest in.
Yeah, we would definitely. And honestly, we thought about doing a college student singles, like kind of a 20s and 30s. We've had some massive, and that's a little closer to our study abroad kind of. Our study abroad program is more 18 to 25, and honestly, it's becoming more like 18 to 22, I think. Hey, Jeanette Finley, nice to Merry Christmas. Thank you to you as well. But yeah, the marriage retreat will happen. Leslie's still thinking we need to make it a little prettier, the house. I think it's pretty, but she has some good points.
The thing is, you know, when students come over, their expectations are fairly low. They haven't traveled a lot and seen a lot of things. However, when adults come, you know, the house is beautiful, but she's also old. And she's crumbly and not up to date in terms of decor and things like that. So it's just different. You have to kind of get past that. Everything has to look like everything we design in North America, because we tend to go in trends and everybody's house looks the same. And the Chateau isn't like that.
No, but honestly, I think older folks would appreciate it more. like
mean,
middle-aged people, like adults, I think they'd appreciate the 16-foot ceilings and the beautiful corbels and
they'll
the detail.
appreciate that. It's the bedrooms they may or may not be
Do you know?
able to.
You know the thing that would be the best
Okay.
part about that if we did a marriage retreat sometime. First of all, again, we've done it, and it's so good for your marriage. Like you just
It is.
sometimes you get into, I don't know.
Discussions.
Yeah, well, like in regular life, you just kind of
Oh.
get into a remote control, autopilot, and you don't really talk about anything. And then you're confronted with a really good question, and then it gets you talking. And
You can have a work session at the same time.
oh yeah, married work session and
Well,
married
that
session.
would definitely be good homework for whatever they just learned about.
Yeah, no, you're right. That would be good.
Like, we won't make them wallpaper though.
Leslie is saving
That's
you so
too
much
far.
on food by doing it. Is so true. Like, and that's a balance we're trying to strike because obviously Leslie can't be driven into the ground, which has been the last couple of years a little bit. So we're always trying to think of ways where we can make it easier for the cooks. Like we'll eat out a couple more meals. Like we'll take the whole group out. We can take the whole group out for maybe 120 or 130 for pizza. We have a good pizza place, and so you're like, we should do that once a week. Just it's not that much money.
Yeah, but
And
pizza
it's-
night in the Chateau is easy. So
I know, but we do our own
That's not
pizza
the
night
issue,
too. That's
yeah.
fun.
it's okay.
Do your neighbors share the barn structure with you when you live? Pardon me. Do the neighbors that share the barn structure with you live in a home that was part of the estate with the chateau?
Yes.
Yes. Talk about it, Leslie.
Yes.
I think so.
So yeah, they live on the other side. I don't know what it was originally, but yes, they do. And then just down the road, I'm assuming there's another house that actually was from over the doorway. It says like 1437 or something like that. And another chunk of their family lives in another house on the property, which I'm not sure if it was originally part of the Grifferaie or not.
I don't think so.
I don't
think
know.
that was a neighbor.
I have no idea.
The outside
So-
the house it says the close to the Grifferaie, like the
Yes, but that might have been labeled that
yeah.
later. Anyways, but yeah, it's incredible. They've had us in, and again, it's
Beautiful
just
house.
like a little movie set of what you would expect a
Yeah.
little French provincial cottage to look like. It really is surreal.
It's a beautiful house, and they are beautiful neighbors. So we were
They are.
very, very
They're
fortunate.
lovely.
We need to have. We need to invite them over again.
I know we'll have to wait for it to get warm.
I know. It's the thing with the chateau. It's
The bummer is when we have free time,
it's cold.
it's cold, and then when it's nice out, which of course is why it's strategic with having students there. But then we can't like have people over, so
Yeah.
it's funny.
Yeah, it's a 3
anyway.
season. I love it that some of you guys watched our GA video. That like the GA video warms my heart. Also, the Christmas Eve video is that one. I was talking about it right at the start of this. We're gonna kind of we're asking the question why did we do everything we did this year, and it's just beautiful to see the kids. Oh, can you imagine playing
I'd love
murdery
to.
mystery game with couples?
That'd be awesome.
That would be super fun.
That'd be super
I
fun.
bet you they'd like it.
We could have like a Bonnie and Clyde character.
I can't believe that video didn't get more views. It was, to me, I thought it was so good, but then again, we were at the event, so that was probably what was going on there.
You know,
hey, Jerusalem, wow,
it's
that's cool.
Kind of weird. Oh, that is cool.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's kind of weird if you're not there playing the game.
I guess it's no fun when
So-
you're not there. Our students got into it so much. I do not think middle-aged people would get into it with costumes that much. Maybe I'm wrong. It's hard to imagine the husbands all. Some of them probably would.
What? Sorry.
Getting into the murder mystery.
Why not?
Well, okay. I mean, yeah, that would be fun.
They don't.
Okay,
they
let's
don't
take
have
a
to
look.
be crazy invested.
Yeah. We really, again, everybody succeeds in different ways. Some people have been really successful with their job and they make a lot of money. Our way of succeeding in life has been to be careful with money and to save money. It's the Mennonite background, I guess. Maybe I guess a lot of ethnicities claim to be careful with money, frugal. But that's kind of how we've done it, and so that really bleeds into how we run the program. Yeah.
Someone was saying, shoot, where did it go?
What did you see? Sorry.
Something about German food looks best to me.
Oh yeah.
And I love watching and talking about food. You both look cold in the chateau.
Yeah, we were cold
We
in the
are
chateau.
cold in the chateau.
2 more videos from the chateau, by the way. Hello from Tri-Cities. Woot.
Oh, that's fun. Do they offer so set menus in France? Do they offer vegetarian options?
Oh, that's a good question.
I mean, sometimes the Michelin star ones will, but not normal, just little bistros. But France has a lot of vegetables. Like they're pretty veggie based.
The food's very healthy.
Other than like the meat that would go with.
Now,
that.
got to be careful because, of course, we're in America and Canada. Typically, it's very it's okay to like ask for to change foods out or substitutions. That is less common in France. That might even be viewed as rude.
Yeah.
So typically you just kind of eat what's in front of you, but it's
So-
really healthy and it's really tasty.
So it's a different perspective.
Yeah.
And from what I can understand anyway with France and North America. In North America, the customer's always right. It doesn't matter if they're making dumb comments or not. They just are viewed as right.
Yeah.
In France, the chef is the one in charge, and the chef makes the call because they're the ones trained to know what foods should be together. So to question that is rude. It's kind of like if you make this
Culturally.
amazing meal and someone asks to put ketchup all over it, and you're like, okay.
Yeah.
Sort of that same sort of idea.
I've been that guy.
You have to you have to respect the chef and what he put together, and be grateful and enjoy, because you may like it more than you think.
Side note, the Carol tomorrow's video is I think my favorite one of all of them. So stop by for the end of that video for sure. Hey, question, Michelin or comment, Michelin tires taste better? Michelin, so if you're not familiar, some restaurants are rated, there's a long story to this we won't get into, but essentially Michelin used to have a thing that rated restaurants, and the very best ones were Michelin star restaurants.
It's actually a cool story.
Okay, let's tell it.
So they started, it is a tire company. Apparently when cars were first coming out, they were trying to encourage people to buy cars and travel. So they decided to write down on a route, like if you're going to take a certain route on a map, certain places, they would label different restaurants to go visit. And then over time, people would say this place is great or this place isn't great or whatever. And eventually they would get noted, or not famous, but like whatever, for certain places. And so then over time it evolved, and then it's become kind of a really big deal. And now there's like strict guidelines on how you'd actually get a Michelin star, 1, 2, or 3.
Yeah.
They're very hard to get, and they're very hard to keep.
So in a big city, a Michelin star meal could be like $75, $100, €100. But in our little towns, there's a couple where you get lunch for less than 30. So it's really quite impressive. So assigning chores for the students was a great idea for sure. It was, and we're sort of going to do it again. There were some things that didn't work.
We've always had them do chores.
Yeah.
Rob's solution of scheduling them had changed. And that's the part that maybe was tricky, and so we'll continue to tweak that. They always have had chores to do, and
they will continue to.
Yeah.
The beauty, and you've heard me say this before, perhaps, but the beauty of one of the beauties of Leslie's system of rotating kids through everything is each kid does each job, and also she'll put people together with different people each time, so they get to know each other. So, there's tremendous value in that. We'll probably do more of that next year. If we try to get them all doing outdoor jobs, it might be kind of like Saturday afternoon, we're all going out for 3 hours.
Yeah.
Because what we found was that some guys were really diligent about getting on it, and some guys didn't work quite as hard. And then I was kind of always annoyed at them. So I don't want to be annoyed at them, and I'm sure they don't want to be told what to do. So if we all go out together, it's maybe easier. We'll see. We just don't want to. We want this program to be about growth and development. It's certainly about community, but we also don't want to produce lazy people. So we want them to. If Leslie's walking around working 12, 13 hours, we don't want the students to be doing 4 hours. It's just, it's not fair, and it's not helpful to them. So we'll get them working a little bit. Mm-hmm. We got some more questions here. Have you looked into word burning any farther? Not seriously. We may still try to get a fireplace going, just because even one fireplace would dry it out and heat it, as you mentioned.
It would be awesome.
Again, our strategy has never been to have this thing livable in the cold season. It's just too cold. It's too big. And it's a different thinking for North Americans. We're walking around a house right now and it's all warm and it's amazing. But this is a massive, massive house. So if we can just even warm up a couple parts of it, that's why the heat pumps are probably our first choice. Another question, how do you find the day goes with communicating with non-English speaking locals?
It's been fine. I think,
progress.
It just forces you to have to continue, honing your French skills and having them, most of French is about practicing. And the more you can use it, the more it comes to your brain faster, right? And for me, I can formulate it in my head. It's just, I can't do it fast enough. So
yeah, we need to.
The more we use it, the better we get. And one more thing. And the other bit is Google Translate.
Yeah.
So when we're really stuck or we don't know how to say something, I don't know how the world, it would have been much harder back in the day.
Yeah, yeah, right. We might take some classes in the spring too,
Of
just to help
course.
us out. Merry Christmas! Or why are you packing up? Just Christmas holidays. And by the way, we've been very upfront about this. We tend to try to shift these videos. So what you're watching tomorrow was probably a week ago, just because you don't want to show when the chateau's empty.
Ooh,
So we're intentionally cryptic about that.
Cape Town, South Africa. My
Isn't
sister.
that yeah?
My sister lived really well. She lived in Cape Town and then
Yeah.
Durban also.
Good
Anyway, very fun.
times. Look who's, oh yeah, moved to Spain. I joined late. What did you say? Oh, we're back to France right away. This is a quick trip. We're gonna be out there all year now.
Even though a postcard is nice, I know we're running around.
Yeah, we're a little behind the ball today, so forgive us. This is more of a podcast. This is one you can listen to while you're doing something else. Joyous Noel, we sent a message about the buffet. Oh yeah, I saw that come through. I haven't checked it out yet. I'll have to. Maybe you can write on the comment here. Was that a message about the buffet? Was that like an event or was that a piece of furniture? I was very confused. I was curious about that. Teasing. Okay, let's see. I'll go to the questions over here. Yeah, it was kind of fun to have the recipes and the carols this year. Got at least 2 more good ones coming. What else we got? Yeah. Well, nobody wants to hear about the solar panels. I want to talk about the solar panels.
Oh, a restaurant in South France.
Oh, I'll have to check that out.
That's fun.
Okay.
We haven't explored a lot of the south of France, which is unfortunate because it would be delightful, but one day we shall.
And typically we don't have a lot of time to watch the other Chateau videos because you got so many problems.
We have enough of our own Chateau.
Staring, and yeah, by the time you're finished working on yours all day, you don't want to go see someone else's problems. You're like, too many problems. Oh yeah, does traveling with Mr. Bingley get any easier the more he travels?
Oh yeah, he's a pro. He did really good actually from his very first international flight. The thing that he struggled with in the beginning was going to the bathroom in pet relief areas inside an airport, because of course you've always taught your dog not to go to the bathroom inside, regardless of what they give them to go to the bathroom on, which he looks at you and goes, ew, I don't want to do that. But he's realized that it's that or nothing. So he's gotten really good at figuring that. When he was a puppy, I had taught him how to go on command.
Yeah.
So that has been brilliant and really worked really well in these kind of situations, even though he looks at me confused sometimes and goes like, now, here? But he's done great. He really is fantastic.
People on the plane always love him, and they're always at the end, they're like, there was a dog on this flight? Because he doesn't bark and he doesn't...
No, he
and
just
so then they're always like, wow, that's a good dog. And I'm like, yep.
He just lays down. The only time you hear from him is usually after we've been on the plane, a good 12 some hours.
At the very end.
And then we're leaving.
He whines.
Yeah, when we leave at the end and until we can get through immigration, he does a little...
Yeah, Anjou isn't the worst, but yeah, we love it. Good question. I'm glad you bring this up. Why people would do a murder mystery situation? I find it odd that a Christian organization would do that. Yeah, I'm glad you mentioned that. We did offend a few people for sure. We did a murder mystery on Halloween night. Some people don't like celebrating Halloween, which I understand. I don't think of us so much that we celebrate Halloween. It's more just candy and stuff. And we tried to avoid that because we know that is a little bit controversial in some circles, some more conservative circles. We're, of course, from a pretty conservative background, so we understand that. The murder mystery thing, I mean, we don't do a ton of it. We're certainly not supporting murder. I think the fun of it is just to figure out a mystery. Perhaps there's a way to do that without murder. I'm not sure. It was a ton of work. It was a lot of fun. Will we do it again? I don't know. If we do it again, the videoing was a lot of work too. But the kids loved it.
It was the session, that fall session was much longer than we've ever done. And so the students were with us longer. And we were there over that sort of time slot. They all wanted to have some kind of party or event. So anyway, it was one more thing that I needed to do actually on that session. But dressing up and acting stuff out was a fun bonding time for them. And, maybe it needs to be the mystery of something else. The mystery of finding an object that's lost, or I don't know.
Yeah, your point about maybe that's why some people didn't. That's part. I'm sure that's part of it. To be honest, anytime we do anything with the students, we get less viewers, and we understand that because some people are just interested in the Chateau. For us, the Chateau's the means to an end, but of course we love the Chateau too, and we understand that people can come and watch for whichever reason they choose. As Christians, do you plan to visit our 12th century cathedral any day? And now, are you thinking of the one in Angers? Maybe is perhaps we visited a couple times. Beautiful.
Yeah.
Or are you thinking of the one in Beaugé? I don't know what time that is. We definitely take the kids to the one in Beaugé and several others.
And Angers.
Angers, I mean, we run so lean financially, we rarely pay for anything to get in. But we just found out that the Angers Cathedral, no, not the cathedral.
No, the Chateau.
The Chateau.
Chateau d'Angers.
Yeah, yeah, I'm not sure. Maybe, Paris. Ooh, I don't know.
Like,
Our Lady.
Not Notre Dame.
Oh, yeah, like Notre Dame?
But, which of course, yes, we always, our hotel that we have gone to is regularly in that area. So, yes, of course, I can't wait to see it.
Thrilled to see it revitalized.
Yeah, can't
Looks
wait.
so beautiful in
But
the
I don't know
videos.
which one.
Honestly, our hotel is by Notre Dame, where we stay with the students, and there's just a small cathedral that's on the way to Notre Dame, or maybe 4 blocks away, and we go into there, and the students are amazed.
Well, it's beautiful.
Yeah, just amazed. Okay, grand buffets for 8 to 9 months. Yeah. Okay. Well, we'll have to research that.
Sounds like a Puy de Fou buffet.
Does sound like fun. So do you get to be in church and joining your daughter? Oh, tragically, we're not going to make it for her Christmas Eve service. Yeah, really bummed about that. We are going to see both of our kids, and they're both coming out here, so that's going to be great. But we don't. Just the way it works, we're just going to church in Newport. Which, anyways, I'm saying where we are again. Whoops. Do you know the new Lucifer sculpture? I do not know this.
In the park.
The dark side of French culture. Oh no, I'm not familiar. We'll have to look into that. It is in the state as the first Franks saw it. Oh, really? Paris, Our Lady. Okay, we got to check that out too.
Interesting.
That is really interesting. So much to learn. So much to learn
in Paris to still discover, no question.
Guys, I wonder if you're getting tired of this. We're doing good here. We do have some people watching actually, so that's great. Yeah, Newport's good. We have a good church here. Really good. We got to, anyways. Oh, Leslie's throwing her hands up with me. She's like, I can't stop talking about where we are. I'm not very cryptic of a person. Everybody knows we're home for Christmas. Nobody's fearing that we're shooting a Christmas tree. That's one of the strategies of not putting ourselves on the camera. I'm an honest guy. Leslie continues to poke me. Okay, I'll stop. At Notre Dame, they used the latex. Well.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Interesting.
Have we got our health insurance yet? We have health insurance in both countries. Yeah. Yes, but not the official government one. I think you need to be there 5 years before you can be a civilian, or a citizen, which we will 100% do. We're residents, I think. Visitors.
Temporary.
Yeah, temporary. Mm-hmm. So we just have outside insurance, unfortunately. Perhaps some boar steaks wait for you. Yeah. That's right. You've been a few times.
It'd be great if they keep.
Oh yeah, you guys are 10:08. Oh, this is the big buffet again, eh? 10:08.
Oh, 10 hours.
See, honestly, guys, we have very little time for we travel with the students, but if it's not the students, we don't generally we've never been to Spain yet. But we're we could jump in the car and drive to Spain, and yet we just we're either working on the Chateau or.
Well, in all fairness, up till this year, we have never had chunks of time.
No.
That'll be longer, so this will be different for them.
Yeah, we're gonna. Yeah. Anyways, we'll see. How is cooperation with the users of the other half of the domain going? Oh, great. They're fantastic. This is our previous owner. We've made an offer to buy it a couple times. I don't think he's interested in selling it quite yet, but hopefully we'll be able to buy it at some point. But he's wonderful. Obviously they're not there, so the grass gets long. But then he has a farmer come in and cut it. About your dependencies, roof, zinc is okay. Oh. Do you know when you're planning the restoration? We're doing good.
As soon as we saved all our pennies to make it happen.
Yeah, we'll have to. We need to. There's a lot of work that'll need to be done. Yeah. We do have 2 groups coming out to help. So the first thing will be to demo, and then to maybe rebuild the structure. We'll get some more quotes in. We'll try to find something reasonable. Yeah, thank you. Loving the Chateau and the work, and yeah. We'll hopefully get onto it. The fundraising's coming well. I think I was looking last night. I think we have at least 12,000 or so in on it. Mm-hmm. But there's also been a couple of really good donations that have been that are coming. So we're in good shape. And thank you very much to everybody that's helped. Yeah. Okay, guys. Is the neighbor agreeing on it as a buy project? I don't think we're approaching it as a buy We're just going to do our half, and I think that's how it works.
It's a property line.
Well, I guess I don't know. I don't know.
It's
But
a
I think
property line.
we haven't really talked to them, but they'll be happy that there's not rain pouring into the building, I think.
Israel would be awesome.
Oh, wouldn't that be something to go to Israel? Yeah.
You're a tour guide, cool.
Oh yeah, fun. Is there anyone that met? Yeah. I mean, that would
Yeah,
be cool
that would
too,
be
but
cool.
I don't know that we're
The roof
in a
tile
place
idea.
to, that might be a little above our station.
For the stables right now, unlike the Chateau, which I really wanted it to be accurate and
Yeah.
appropriate for that building, the stables right now we just have to get closed in so we can
Yeah.
save it until we can be ready to reno it. So right now it's a bit more of a let's just do what we can do with our limited funds and
It's
and get
triage.
this thing closed up. So
Obviously, we'll make it look good because Leslie's a designer, so we're not gonna,
well,
we're not gonna be
we'll do
terrible.
our best.
But we're trying to keep the whole thing from being wrecked. Yeah, the French aid about the isolation of an old building, the insulation isolation. That some people do go after that. We're not listed, which to us is a really, really good thing because our understanding, what we're told, is that folks that do get the aid and are listed, there's incredible bureaucracy to go through,
Well,
and also the expenses are quite heavy, which because you have to use their architects and all of that, and so to be honest, guys, I don't think we could be successful that way. I don't think we're not, like for example, well, maybe I won't.
we're just not in that
We're not in that
budget bracket
we're
right
not.
now. Like when I have clients that have different budget brackets. Sadly, for that building, I'm not sure. Like I get that they would give you a grant, possibly to help restore, which would be great. But I think the artisans that would need to come in would be too much money because they need certain level of artisans to come in and fix stuff. So,
but yeah, no need to be listed as long as it's private. Well, that's interesting. That would change things a little bit because then perhaps you wouldn't have the same constrictions.
as
I
a
mean, we're
private
open to
property,
it, but
that's
honestly,
interesting.
we don't have 4 months to chase it down and then get rejected.
Although, who
So,
knows,
yeah, we'll
maybe
keep our
we'll do a little Google.
Yeah,
and
maybe
who
someday.
knows? Like I don't
Yeah.
know. We don't know everything.
Yeah.
Yep. Okay.
Yeah. If
That'd be great.
I've often thought that occasionally you run into a foundation that like they want to restore a small project, and I've often thought it'd be super fun if we had like some kind of
Now that I would
entity that would take on those 2 towers, restoring those 2 towers.
like. On the Chateau.
On the corners of the Chateau, we had to bring one down for the roof, and we want to get those back up someday. But it's not really a project that's related to the study abroad. It's more just the French heritage. So it would have to be. I don't think you could use study abroad funds for that. It's more of just a beauty history thing, which is still important, but
It is.
it has to be funded differently, I think.
For me, if we ever had any connections pop up, it would be if there were any students from some of the restoration schools in Paris or Angers or the university that ever needed a little project. The paintings in the salon and even the ceiling in the dining room would be great to get cleaned. I'm just a little chicken to know what to use on it.
Yeah.
Because I don't want to wreck it, but I think that would be an easy little project if a student was.
We've had
restoring
considerable
something.
pushback in the comments on that.
Really?
Having a student to do that.
Well, if they're
Not an
in
expert.
school learning about that,
Yeah.
I think they're going to know more than I will right now for that.
Yeah, at least no more leaks in the roof. Very true. Yeah, both of us can still earn money in the U.S. But honestly, we're going to be tax residents of France this year as well as the U.S. So we're going to pay tax in France and also in America. They have a tax treaty, but as long as I think we can make money in the States. Yeah.
Yes, no more leaks. Isn't that a blessing?
Yeah.
Oh my goodness! And it's been so rainy this year. I have thought about that more than once.
Oh no, it's not inappropriate. We're pretty.
No, it's all good.
We're pretty. And we're learning, by the way. Yeah, don't take us as experts. This is the first year we're going to do taxes in France. I've been Googling it.
German.
German,
and
I believe.
British, actually.
Yeah.
Both of our mom's side was British, and
Yeah.
my dad was from Germany, and Rob's family was that general vicinity.
Yeah, German, Russian, German. I think Mennonite.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. You can get French health. Oh, that's good. Yeah, I was seeing that earlier. Okay, we have to figure out how to do that, I guess.
I know.
Because that would be cool. Although honestly, it's so good. Like you go in and it's $28
It is
or
very
whatever.
inexpensive compared
it's
to
hard to-
America.
Yeah.
But that would be good.
Can you walk to Anjou? You can. It's about an hour.
You mean Angers?
Anjou, yeah. Or pardon me,
Angers.
Beaujais probably.
Anjou is the
Is
whole
the region.
area.
It's like the county.
We could walk. Obviously, we live in a little village But the bigger town where we grocery shop, yes, you can. It would take about an hour to walk.
Beaugé.
But it takes 15 minutes to bike ride and
Yeah.
2 minutes to drive.
It's close to 30 minutes to drive into Angers, and close to about 3 or 4 or 5 minutes to drive into Beaugé. Health insurance after 3 months. Okay, well, we need to figure that out
Interesting.
because we've been there for a while.
So who do you talk to?
I don't know. It's always a learning thing. Guys, this has been 40 minutes. It's great to talk to everybody. Thanks for coming along. I wasn't sure if anybody would come and watch, to be honest, because it's always hard to communicate these things. But we're glad you did, and always nice to get to know each other a little bit. Again, tomorrow we've got Story Sunday with the book that's coming that Leslie made for me. Beautiful. It's kind of a retelling of the story of the first 3 years. So we talked through that, and a really nice Christmas carol. The next day we have kind of a very short 4-minute recap video. And that is going to be beautiful with our students and full of life. I really enjoy that. And then just a closing message, a little brief message on Christmas Day. It's been great to have you guys with us, and hope you have a good rest of the day. If you're in the States, watch some football, and if you're in France, enjoy the beautiful food. Yeah.
Oh, bon fête de
Yeah,
joie.
there we go. All right,
Merci.
thanks so much, everyone. We'll see you later.
Au revoir, merci, au revoir.